Team Rocket. The organization's core mission is profit and power through organized crime, stealing Pokémon, trafficking rare species, extortion of businesses, and illegal research to strengthen their forces. Their methods are straightforward: intimidate trainers, raid facilities, and monetize anything with value, including body parts like slowpoke tails. The group operates as a hierarchy, with grunts at the bottom, Rocket executives running cells, and a single boss coordinating strategy. Giovanni is the founder and boss. Publicly, he poses as the Viridian City gym leader, while secretly running Rocket operations. He delegates day-to-day fieldwork to lieutenants, later formalized as executives such as Archer, Ariana, Proton, and Petrol. After Giovanni's defeat in Kanto, he vanishes. Johto's executive Cater attempts to revive the organization in his absence, broadcasting appeals to him over public radio and staging high-profile crimes to prove Rocket's continued strength. Team Rocket escalates the conflict across multiple urban centers. They occupy Celadon's game corner and use it as a front for a hidden base. They seize Sylph Co. in Saffron City to coerce the company into handling over prototypes like the Master Ball, and they persecute Lavender Town's Pokémon Tower caretakers, culminating in the Marowak incident that exposes Rocket's willingness to kill to secure Cubone for profit. Each operation forces the player to dismantle a Rocket stronghold, which in turn exposes Giovanni's dual role and leads to his final defeat as gym leader, causing the team's initial collapse. With Giovanni missing, the executives pursue revenue and attention-grabbing crimes. They poach Slowpoke Tails and Azalea, attempt to manipulate the radio tower in Goldenrod to summon Giovanni back, and disrupt Mahogany commerce through a secret base mass-producing radio-induced evolutions for profit. The Goldenrod takeover is pivotal. By hijacking the region's broadcast infrastructure, Rocket demonstrates that even without its founder, it can endanger an entire region's communications and economy. Defeats at Azalea, Mahogany, and Goldenrod culminate in the executives disbanding the team a second time when Giovanni fails to answer their call. Typical Rocket squads favor common, low-cost Pokémon: Rattata or Raticate, Zubat or Golbat, Koffing, Weezing, Grimer or Molk, Drowsy or Hypno, chosen for intimidation, status effects, and easy replacement. Giovanni himself leans into high-power ground-type hitters and physically imposing species to signal authority. Infrastructure includes revenue fronts, casinos or warehouses, smuggling networks, and access to advanced tech via stolen R&D, exemplified by the Sylph Co. raid and Johto's radio signal experiments. Rocket's brand of pure criminal enterprise, profit first, ideology second, sets the template all later teams react to. Remakes and special episodes reveal connective tissue. Executives explicitly try to resurrect Giovanni, side events show family ties that explain Giovanni's withdrawal, and later cross-game incidents feature Rainbow Rocket, an alternate reality coalition led again by Giovanni, reinforcing that when Rocket resurfaces, the threat is centralized, profit-driven, and highly organized. Team Magma. Team Magma's mission is to expand the planet's landmass for human development. Their ideology is rooted in environmental manipulation, believing that increasing land will benefit civilization by creating more space for people, agriculture, and industry. This worldview leads them to target the ancient Pokémon Groudon, a legendary creature capable of amplifying sunlight and evaporating oceans to create new continents. The team is led by Maxi, a calculating and academically minded figure who believes his plan is logical and beneficial, despite the destructive potential. His inner circle includes higher-ranking admins, Tabitha and Courtney, who command squads of grunts and oversees Magma's key operations across the Hoenn region. Their organization runs more like a scientific expedition than a street gang, with uniforms and equipment themed around geothermal energy in the color red. Team Magma repeatedly interferes with the player's journey by attacking research operations and stealing technology that can locate and control Groudon. They raid the Oceanic Museum, seize the meteorite and Mount Chimney, and later infiltrate the seafloor cavern to awaken Groudon from its slumber. When they succeed, the planet's weather destabilizes. Drought spreads across Hoenn, causing catastrophic sunlight that threatens all ecosystems. In Emerald, Magma's awakening of Groudon triggers conflict with Team Aqua, creating a crisis that forces the player to summon Rayquaza to restore balance. Magma specializes in fire, ground, and rock-type Pokémon that reflect their land-based ideology. Numel, Camerupt, and Mightyena are common. They rely on geological research, stolen equipment, and field operations around volcanoes. Their bases are hidden in mountainous regions built for secrecy and heat resistance. Maxie's personal team symbolizes controlled power and intellect, culminating in his Camerupt, which represents volcanic energy as a force of creation and destruction. Team Aqua. Team Aqua's mission directly opposes Team Magma's. They aim to expand the world's oceans. The organization believes that the planet's surface has been overtaken by human development, and restoring water dominance will return balance to nature and benefit aquatic life. Their plan centers on awakening the legendary Pokémon Kyogre, whose power to summon heavy rainfall and massive tides can flood entire regions. The team is led by Archie, a rugged and passionate seafarer who sees himself as a liberator of nature. Archie views humanity as greedy and destructive, and his solution is to drown excessive land to make way for the seas. His lieutenants, Admins Matt and Shelly, command operations and maintain discipline among the grunts, who wear uniforms styled like pirate raiders. Their operations reflect a combination of maritime exploration and environmental extremism. Team Aqua executes large-scale thefts and sabotage missions to acquire equipment capable of locating and controlling Kyogre. They steal submarines from Slateport, attack the Weather Institute, and raid Seafloor Cavern to awaken the dormant Pokémon. When they succeed, torrential rain covers Hoenn, causing rising sea levels and global flooding. In Emerald, this directly mirrors Team Magma's simultaneous awakening of Groudon, creating a natural disaster as the two titans clash. Only Rayquaza's intervention resolves the chaos and restores equilibrium. Team Aqua favors water and Dark-type Pokémon that thrive in maritime environments. Carvania, Sharpedo, and Mightyena are standard choices. Their bases are built into coastal caves and offshore hideouts, equipped with submarines and sonar systems. Archie's personal team reflects adaptability and strength in water, with Sharpedo as his signature Pokémon representing predatory control of the ocean. Their ideology, though rooted in environmentalism, is executed through violent means that nearly destroy the balance that they claim to protect. Team Galactic. Team Galactic's mission is to create an entirely new universe under the control of the leader, erasing the current one in the process. Their ideology centers on the rejection of human emotion, which they consider the root of imperfection and conflict. To achieve this, they harness the energy of legendary Pokémon capable of shaping time, space, and antimatter, Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina, believing these beings can reconstruct existence itself. The group is led by Cyrus, a cold, detached visionary who views emotion as a flaw in humanity. He recruits scientists and loyal followers under the guise of scientific advancement, promising them a place in the new world he plans to build. His high-ranking commanders, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn, each lead specialized divisions responsible for energy research, field operations, and security. Unlike prior villain teams, Galactic operates more on corporate entity, with offices, funding, and advanced R&D rather than simple criminal activity. Team Galactic initially appears to be a technology company conducting energy research. However, their true goal emerges when they begin stealing energy from the Valley Windworks and capturing the Lake Guardians, Uxie, Mesprit, and Azelf, to harness their psychic power. They built the Red Chain, a device designed to summon and control the deities of time and space atop Mount Coronet. In Diamond and Pearl, this leads to the awakening of either Dialga or Palkia, tearing the fabric of reality apart. In Platinum, both deities appear simultaneously, and Giratina intervenes from the Distortion world, pulling Cyrus into its dimension to stop his plan. The player ultimately battles through Galactic's massive headquarters, defeats the commanders, and prevents the destruction of the universe. Team Galactic's forces use a combination of Psychic, Dark, and Poison-type Pokémon such as Golbat, Bronzor, and Skuntank, symbolizing manipulation and corruption. Their technology is advanced beyond any previous organizations. Energy extractors, teleportation systems, and dimensional research facilities. Cyrus's own team reflects his ideals of emotionless efficiency, utilizing Pokémon with mechanical or cosmic themes like Weavile, Crobat, and Honchkrow. Team Galactic stands out as the first group whose ambition expands from regional domination to universal reconstruction, setting a new scale for villainy in the Pokémon world. Team Plasma. Team Plasma's central mission is to liberate Pokémon from human ownership. Publicly, they claim that humans are oppressors who exploit Pokémon for personal gain, arguing that releasing them is the only moral choice. Beneath this philosophy, however, lies a contradiction. The organization's true leaders seek to monopolize Pokémon for themselves once others have relinquished theirs. This manipulation of ideology makes Team Plasma one of the most complex villain groups in this series. The group is founded by Ghetsis, who serves as true mastermind. Ghetsis recruits a young idealist named N to act as the public face and king of Team Plasma, exploiting his genuine belief in Pokémon liberation to rally followers. N, raised in isolation with abused Pokémon, sincerely believes that separation from humans is best for their well-being. The organization is structured around the 7 sages, high-ranking philosophers and strategists who assist in administration, and a large contingent of armored grunts called knights, evoking a religious order. Team Plasma spreads its message through speeches and demonstrations, gaining popular support across Unova. They frequently battle trainers under the pretense of testing their morality while secretly seeking control over the legendary dragon Pokémon, Reshiram or Zekrom, believed to represent truth and ideals. When N captures his respective dragon, he challenges the player to create a new world order where humans no longer own Pokémon. The climax occurs at Ghetsis' castle, which erupts from beneath the Pokémon League surrounding it. After the player defeats N, Ghetsis reveals his true goal, to control all Pokémon himself. His defeat exposes the hypocrisy of the movement, leading to Team Plasma's initial collapse. 2 years later, a splintered version of Team Plasma re-emerges. The faction, led by the remaining loyalists, continues Ghetsis' original ambitions, using advanced technology to forcibly capture Pokémon through the ice-based weapon known as the Kyurem Cannon. Meanwhile, a peaceful faction led by Rude seeks redemption and aims to atone for their past. Ghetsis' final plan merges Kyurem with Reshiram or Zekrom to form the powerful Black Kyurem or White Kyurem, intending to freeze Unova entirely. His failure leads to his mental breakdown and the permanent dissolution of the organization. Team Plasma's units primarily use Dark, Ice, and Poison-type Pokémon such as Watchog, Leopard, and Golbat, chosen for their ability to harass and disable opponents. Their technology includes armor-based enhancements, flying fortresses, and energy weapons far beyond prior villain teams. N's personal team consists of Pokémon he has befriended in the wild, reflecting his sincerity and compassion despite being manipulated. In contrast, Ghetsis' team emphasizes control and power, including Hydreigon as a symbol of domination and fear. Team Plasma represents a pivotal shift in Pokémon storytelling, from greed and power to ideology and moral ambiguity. Team Flare. Team Flare's mission is to create a beautiful world by eliminating anything they consider unnecessary, including most of humanity. They believe that the planet's resources are finite, and that by destroying the current population, the remaining survivors can live in luxury and aesthetic perfection. This ideology disguises an elitist, genocidal motive centered around the misuse of ancient technology from the Kalos region's past. The team is led by Lysandre, a charismatic and intelligent scientist who also runs the Lysandre Labs Corporation. Outwardly, he appears to be a humanitarian innovator funding the Pokémon League and various scientific projects. Secretly, he despises human greed and corruption, believing that only by resetting civilization can beauty and order be restored. His core administrators, Aliana, Briony, Celosia, Mabel, and Xerosic, manage field operations, energy research, and the weapon recovery project, coordinating their grunts who act as both scientists and soldiers. Team Flare begins by stealing fossils, power sources, and energy data across Kalos. They use Lysandre Labs as their front, funneling stolen energy from the region's ultimate power source. The weapon, built 3,000 years ago by AZ, an ancient king who once used it to end a devastating war. This device has the power to destroy all life or grant eternal life depending on its configuration. Team Flare's plan is to reactivate the weapon using the life energy of Xerneas or Yveltal, the embodiments of life and destruction respectively. When Lysandre successfully harnesses the weapon, he intends to wipe out most of humanity, sparing only those loyal to Team Flare. The player infiltrates Lysandre Labs, defeats the admins, and confronts Lysandre at the weapon's control chamber, ultimately stopping him before the beam can annihilate Kalos. Team Flare utilizes fire, dark, and a poison-type Pokémon with an emphasis on flamboyant designs and flashy colors, matching their obsession with beauty and luxury. Common Pokémon include Houndoom, Leopard, and Pyroar. Their headquarters combine high-end aesthetics with military-grade security, symbolizing their duality of style and ruthlessness. Lysandre's own team features high-level Pokémon such as Gyarados, reflecting both strength and elegance, with his Mega Gyarados serving as the ultimate expression of his desire for controlled power. Team Flare stands out for fusing vanity, apocalypse, and technology into a single ideology, an evolution of villain motives from domination to purification through destruction. Team Skull. Team Skull's mission is less about global domination and more about rebellion and chaos. They act as a disorganized gang of delinquents who reject Alola's structured society and Pokémon League system. Unlike previous villain teams, their actions are driven more by resentment, poverty, and alienation than ideology. They harass trainers, steal Pokémon, and disrupt island trials primarily to assert their presence and vent frustration at being societal outcasts. The team is led by Guzma, former trial captain candidate who failed to earn a recognition from Alola's kahunas. Embittered and directionless, he gathers followers who feel similarly rejected, creating Team Skull as a form of identity and revenge against the island's institutions. Guzma's second-in-command, Plumeria, serves as the caretaker of the Grunts, enforcing discipline and loyalty within the otherwise chaotic group. Their base of operations is in Po-Town, a rundown city they've overtaken and fortified with graffiti, barricades, and stolen supplies. Team Skull's interference begins with petty theft and intimidation, but their story becomes intertwined with Aether Foundation and the Ultra Beasts. Guzma allies with Lusamine, the Aether president, who manipulates him into serving as her enforcer during her pursuit of interdimensional creatures. When Lusamine opens the Ultra wormhole and loses control, Guzma is drawn into her obsession, only to realize the consequences of his allegiance. After the crisis ends, Guzma renounces his destructive behavior, disbands Team Skull, and seeks redemption. His Grunts, no longer guided by hatred, disperse peacefully, symbolizing the dissolution of a group that never truly aimed for power, only belonging. Team Skull members commonly use poison and dark-type Pokémon such as Salandit, Golbat, and Raticate, representing urban decay and defiance. Guzma's signature Pokémon, Golisopod, mirrors his personality, a tough exterior, hiding insecurity and inner conflict. Their operations lack the advanced resources of prior teams, relying instead on intimidation and theft. Team Skull is notable for grounding the series' villain archetype in realism. They are products of neglect and failure rather than ambition or greed, marking a shift from ideological extremism to social rebellion. Team Yell. Team Yell's mission is to support Marnie, a gym challenger from Spikemuth, by any means necessary. Unlike prior villain teams, they are not a criminal organization or ideological movement. They are an overzealous fan group whose interference stems from misguided loyalty. Their main objective is to ensure Marnie wins the Champion Cup, often by obstructing other challengers and sabotaging events to give her an advantage. Team Yell has no formal chain of command. The group's activities are loosely directed by Pierce, Marnie's older brother and the Spikemuth gym leader. Though not directly involved in their disruptive behavior, Pierce recognizes their loyalty and attempts to control their actions to prevent further damage. Marnie herself disapproves of their tactics but tolerates them out of gratitude. The Grunts, often seen wielding vuvuzelas and banners, behave more like rowdy sports fans than villains, operating as a collective rather than a structured hierarchy. Throughout the Galar region, Team Yell frequently blocks roads, interferes with train systems, and disrupts gym challenges to delay other competitors. Their antics cause logistical problems rather than existential threats. They accompany the player to multiple towns, creating obstacles but never engaging in major crimes. Their role diminishes in the later stages of the story when the true threat, the corporate conspiracy led by Chairman Rose and Macrocosmos, emerges. After Marnie confronts them, Team Yell disbands voluntarily, shifting their energy into cheering for her legitimate battles rather than undermining others. Team Yell Grunts use Pokémon like Linoone, Theuvil, and Pangoro, species associated with punk aesthetics and street aggression. Their base of operations, Spikemuth, is a neglected city that mirrors their anti-establishment attitude. The team's use of noise, cheering, and intimidation reflects their cultural role as a disruptive supporter rather than villains with grand schemes. Team Yell represents a satirical take on villain teams, highlighting how obsession and fanaticism, even without malicious intent, can still create widespread chaos. Team Star. Team Star's mission is rooted in rebellion against the bullying and neglect within Naranja and Yuva Academy. Unlike past villain organizations, their actions begin as an act of solidarity and self-defense rather than conquest or ideology. They formed to resist the mistreatment of students who were ostracized for being different. Over time, their rebellion grows into a large-scale school insurrection, with each member controlling their own base and squad across the Paldea region. Team Star was founded by Cassiopeia, later revealed to be Penny, a gifted but introverted student who coordinated the group remotely after suffering from bullying. She recruits 5 leaders, called the Star Bosses, each representing a division of the team. Giacomo, representing the Dark Crew, Mela, representing the Fire Crew, Atticus, the Poison Crew, Ortega, Fairy Crew, and Aerie, the Fighting Crew. These leaders command their own squads and use customized starmobiles, giant vehicles outfitted for battle, symbolizing both defiance and self-expression. The organization operates from 5 separate camps, each fortified and run independently. The story unfolds through Operation Starfall, where the player is tasked with dismantling Team Star. Throughout the campaign, it's revealed that the group's original rebellion was a response to widespread bullying that the Academy failed to address. When the bullying stopped, the team members didn't realize that the administrators had already pardoned them. Believing themselves still exiled, they maintained their camps out of loyalty to one another. The player, working secretly under Cassiopeia's guidance, challenges and defeats each base, ultimately uncovering the truth that Penny, disguised as the mysterious hacker directing the operation, was their original founder. In the end, the group's redemption comes through reconciliation with the Academy, transforming Team Star from outcasts into advocates for reform. Each division specializes in a specific Pokémon type and combat style, reflecting its leader's personality. Giacomo's Dark Crew uses intimidation tactics. Mela's Fire Crew emphasizes aggression and endurance. Atticus's Poison Crew employs deception. Ortega's Fairy Crew focuses on precision and control, and Aerie's Fighting Crew relies on brute strength and honor. Their primary forces consist of dedicated students rather than hardened criminals, and a shared sense of unity with creative expression, evident in their uniforms, music, and custom-built vehicles. Team Star redefines the villain team concept in Pokémon, portraying rebellion not as evil, but as consequence of neglect, loyalty, and misunderstood purpose. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to check out some of our other explainers right after this. And if you don't want to miss future episodes, hit that subscribe button today and join the channel.